Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. Today is Saturday, February the 28th of 2015, and we are once again at the helm of the Packard Bell PB1750 CDT desktop computer. It's a 486 DX2 running at 66 megahertz. I have a 2 gigabyte CF card in it, 8 megabytes of memory, double speed CD-ROM drive, 5 1/4 inch floppy drive, and 3.5 inch floppy drive. And this was manufactured in on September 7th of 1995. This was a very, very late model 486 for Packard Bell, so this was a budget-oriented model. This originally would have come with Windows 95 and the 1995-1996 software pack that we're very, very familiar with. However, I currently have this one running Windows 3.1 with the 1994-1995 software pack because I figure that's a little bit more appropriate for 486. Plus, I've always wanted a Packard Bell with that particular software package on it. And so in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the software end of things on this machine. Yesterday you saw me unbox it and set it up, so we're going to see what I've done with it since then. And to help me out with this, on Skype we have Mr. Video Son Frontiers and Elmo3.
Hey, how you doing, folks?
You there, Jay?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I just got to turn my sound up. There we go.
Okay. Hey, everyone. This is Jay Whitefield, Video Son Frontier here. And, well, I just thought, you know, with it being a 486 Packard Bell, I thought I would step into this video.
Yeah, since Jay's our resident, well, maybe not, but he has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, his is about a year older than this, but it's still a 486 Packard Bell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a fine machine as well.
Oh, definitely. Yours is what pretty much inspired me to get something like I have now.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, yeah. It was definitely one of the better decisions that I've made in a while.
Alright, without further ado, let's fire it up. I will be putting this camera on the tripod, but for now I just want to show it, show myself turning the power button on, so here we go. And I gotta fix the KVM. Alright, Phoenix BIOS, similar to my 822, but older, obviously. Alright, this is a custom MS-DOS 6.22 startup menu that Jay actually made for me, and I am greatly thankful for that. It makes things a little bit easier for different kinds of setups I want to have on here. I got the first one is for Microsoft Windows. It'll just do a regular boot into Windows 3.1. Then there's DOS Gaming with CD-ROM support, DOS Gaming with no CD-ROM support, a minimal DOS setup with mouse support, and a completely cut down minimal DOS setup.
Yeah, and I based that on the same menu system that I actually run with my own 486 Packard Bell, because I found that different modes work best for different applications. It's like, obviously, you know, there's some games that are going to need access to the CD-ROM drive, like The Incredible Machine 2, you know, and they get that. There's going to be some games that don't need CD-ROM drive access, but might need some extended memory, and, you know, they can get that, you know. Like some of the Disney games will run better on the minimum modes, and there's one with the mouse, so those that need mouse support get it. Those that don't need mouse support are able to run with a wee bit more memory as a result.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is something that's recommended because in the early 90s actually there was quite a lot of problems. The Computer Chronicles, if you ever watch that, there's you know, Stuart Chaffee was talking about, you know, how people would buy a new computer and, you know, it's got all the memory that they're going to need, and then they bring a game home and it's like, oh, sorry, you've not actually got enough memory. And it's like, well, why is this? Because I've just put really more memory than I need, much more memory than this game needs, and it's due to the way that the machine's been set up. The game doesn't like that, so it's nice to have a few modes, because it's obviously, these machines were in an era where we'd still be using DOS for some things and we'd be using Windows for other things, and from my personal experience, I found that DOS applications and Windows like things to be set up differently, and DOS 6 came about with the multi-config menu support, and it is really very useful to have.
I agree. I started using this recently, and it really does come in handy for certain things. So for now, we're just going to go into Windows. And also, Jay set up a custom color for this. It's kind of a dark blue color. Looks really, really cool, actually.
Yeah, I meant to take that out of yours, but I completely forgot. So I just kind of left it there, just because that's what I use on my systems. I like blue, I have to be honest.
Me too.
It's quite nice and easy on the night.
Alright, now we're booting into the Program Manager, and with that said, I am going to pause the video so I can set the tripod up so we can make things a little bit more comfortable. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. We are now up on the tripod, and here is the Windows 3.1 Program Manager. As usual, you've seen this in a few of my videos. I am running a little program called Plugin for Windows. This is version 2.5. Basically what this does is give you a lot more extra features for the Windows 3.1 Program Manager. And you could probably already tell a few of these differences right off the bat. For one thing, right here at the top left corner on the title bar, we have a little clock. That was not originally in Windows 3.1. And up here on the top right, we have a resource meter. And you can click here and change it, like the date and everything. So we got two clocks here now. That's completely pointless. And we'll just go back to the resource thing. And as you can see, you can have custom icons for the program groups. Like Packard Bell Group has the Face of Technology, multimedia applications. I gave it a CD-ROM icon. And also, probably the most important feature of Plugin, let's go to the Games program group. You can have nested program groups. Basically, that gives it a somewhat of a more Windows 95 feel to it, in that you can have groups within groups, which makes things a lot tidier, because I've run into the problem before where it is possible to have too many program groups in Program Manager, and it will pretty much cuss you out for it and not let you do anything. So that's where Plugin really, really comes in handy.
Yeah, I must admit, having Plugin on my 486, in fact on any of my Windows 3.x machines, 486, Pentium, 386, whatever, having Plugin installed just makes the whole thing a lot more sweet.
Yeah, and it keeps things less cluttered.
Although, to be honest, the only 386 I have, I don't think I would need Plugin on that.
Okay, now, as I mentioned before, this particular Packard Bell has a different software package than what we're used to normally seeing on my Packard Bells. We're all familiar with the 1995-1996 package. It has stuff like Navigator 3.5 with the house metaphor, and in games like My First Encyclopedia, Spider-Man Cartoon Maker, Toonland, the kids' story games. Well, this particular system uses the previous software package, the 1994-1995 software package. I've always wanted a Packard Bell that could natively run that package and nothing else. I've had this package run before on other newer Packard Bells, on like Pentium systems from like 1995, 1996, and while it would run just fine, it just never really felt right. However, on this particular system, it does feel right. So what's different here? Well, you get different games like 3D Human Body, Speed, Kid Zoo, 3D Space Adventure, 3D Dinosaur Adventure, and a few others that I'm not too familiar with. Because, like I said, this software package I did not grow up with in the 90s. But probably the most unique difference is Packard Bell Navigator, as you will see here. Now, I've shown Navigator version 2 before. This is not Navigator version 2. This is Navigator version 2.1, which is pretty much the same as Navigator 2, except for a few little differences, as we'll see right now. So let's open up Navigator.
Welcome to the main menu of Navigator, the easy way to get to know and use your Packard Bell computer. Explore the functions of Navigator by using the mouse or the tab or arrow keys on your keyboard.
Okay, here's one big difference between the newer versions of Navigator. This older version mainly centers around a button and tile based interface. You get 4 buttons here. You got the Learning Center, which basically takes you to a little group that has like tutorials, a software page that gives you a list of software that came with the system that you can automatically run. Kid Space, which is mostly the same as newer versions of Navigator, so it's really not that much different. And Arc Workspace, which is a 2D version of what we're more familiar with. But you also get in Navigator version 2, the Navigator Hallway, which gives you the same stuff that you saw on the screen before, except in a hallway metaphor. Like right here, you have the Learning Center. So let's load up the Getting Started tutorial.
I've always said that I'd love to live in a house that looks like that one featured in Navigator 2.x.
Oh, me too. Okay, it's got to profile the display first.
Welcome to Getting Started, a quick tour of the features of your Packard Bell computer. Just press the right arrow key to start.
A totally different person that we see in these tutorials compared to the newer ones.
So it's nice to have a female tutor.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for choosing Packard Bell. To make computing as easy and productive as possible, we've created Navigator, the simple way to learn and use your computer. Besides making computing easy, Navigator will introduce you to all the software that is already installed and ready to run. To start using a program, get help, or take a computer tour, simply press a button.
Sorry, is your computer telling me to get help? I find that quite offensive.
I do too.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say about that. If I'm honest, Billy. I've never been hurt by a 486 before, but...
we do have a letter from Packard Bell. Dear customer, we are very excited that you chose a Packard Bell computer and would like to welcome you to the Packard Bell family of satisfied owners. Your choice is important to us, and we want to extend to you our commitment to provide the best products, service, and support in the industry. Your computer comes with the exciting Navigator program. This program provides a new way to help organize, teach, and entertain you while using the computer. Packard Bell has pre-installed a wide range of popular programs for business and entertainment. Using a computer was never easier. Begin using your computer by selecting the Register Now button. It's your key to receiving the very best support available in the computer industry. Have fun with your computer and explore the many exciting areas of Navigator. Thank you, Packard Bell.
Hang on a minute. If I join the Packard Bell family, I'm a member of the McDonald clan. So does that mean the Packard Bell then becomes a member of my clan? But then everyone, let's say someone from, another clan, such as Macintosh. Yeah, that would be quite ironic, actually.
Yeah. One interesting thing I have to note about this version of Navigator is, I think it's in here somewhere. I'm not sure where. you might have to use the one in the Windows tutorial, which we've seen before, but there really is no obvious lesson on using the mouse, which I find bizarre, seeing that this version is older than the version of Navigator that has the mouse lesson. So, yeah.
That is quite odd, actually. I never did think of that.
And you get Workspace, which is a 2D version of what we're used to seeing in Workspace. So let's go ahead and get back out of here. Hope I hit the right button, and I did. And the software, which is pretty much like the software room in the later version of Navigator, except it's more button-based. And you got little groups here like games, and which gives you mostly the entertainment pack stuff like Ski Free. Now, here's where Navigator 2.1 is different from Navigator 2. If you click over here, we have another room. This is called the Electronic Study. And here we are. This is completely unique to this version of Navigator. It's kind of like the living room in Navigator 3.5. You have access to your fax machine, the virtual remote control, which on later software packages was the Media Select program, but it's essentially the same thing. You also have access to your answering machine and audio station up here on this audio rack. So we can do a quick MIDI test while we're in here. Since we have Elmo 3 here, we'll do his favorite MIDI that comes with Packard bells.
Ah.
Unless, of course, audio station decides to crash like it just did. Let's try that again. Could not open the MIDI component. That is bizarre. But anyway, this is the Navigator Electronic Study. And this computer screen here, which looks like this Packard Bell monitor, if you click it, it'll just take you back to the 2D main menu. So that's pretty much how Navigator was before Navigator 3.5 that we're all familiar with. Anyway, let's try to do that MIDI test again with just good old-fashioned Windows Media Player. Hope I don't have to reboot anything.
Okay.
Okay, just filter it to MIDI only. I want to go to Sound 144, Voyetra, Songs. Alright, here we go. Let's hope it works. The specified MIDI device is already in use. Yeah, we're having MIDI problems here, folks. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to restart. I'm going to pause the video and restart, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back. Let's try doing that MIDI test again. So that's the thing with 486 machines. They can be quirky at times. So let's try to do that test again. I've done a full hard reboot. We're all fresh and new. Nothing could possibly go wrong now. Here we go. This is for Luke. Here we go. That's enough of that. There we go. At least we know my sound card is still fully functional. Hey, there's the clock. Hard to believe seeing you can see a 486 display a date of 2015. Alright, let's go into the Microsoft Applications folder here. Or program group, I should say. Let's take a look at Microsoft Word 6.0, I believe.
Good old Word 6.
Alright, tip of the day. You can use a wizard to help you quickly create a letter, resume, or other document. From the file menu, choose New and then select a wizard.
But I maybe want to use a muggle to help me with all that stuff.
Well, it's its way or the highway.
Well, I guess I could take the information superhighway. Logging into AOL and typing keyword office. Whatever. I don't know. Go office and CompuServe. Thank you, Mr. Berners-Lee, for creating the internet. I've never said that before.
And I just typed something really stupid here as usual. Hello, I am an 8486 based computer system. I am old but still very happy to provide you with all your vintage computing needs. Where's my hearing aid?
You didn't plug a mic in, did you?
Yeah, well, I have one I can plug in, but I don't have it right now.
That's why you can't hear a word you're saying.
Well, we'll go ahead and save it. We'll just name it Stupid Doc.
Bounded by the 8.3 character name format that 16-bit applications used to do that with.
But it still lets me use enough characters to get the point across to that particular document.
Mm-hmm.
And you also get the Microsoft Productivity Pack. Basically what this is Microsoft's very in-depth tour on how to use Windows 3.1. And basically what it does is give you a bunch of old-timey characters from history to show you how to use Windows.
Hang on, what is that?
The Microsoft Productivity Pack.
Oh, wow.
Welcome. Computers may seem like another universe, but it doesn't have to be that way. I'm here to give you a glimpse into the world of Microsoft Windows. Don't worry about the details for now. You'll learn more about using Windows in the lessons that follow. When you learn Windows, you don't have to study a lot of computer rules. Just as you can spread your work out in front of you on your desk, Windows makes it easy to do many things at the same time and stay organized. And I have a big ugly beard, and I don't want to be here anymore.
Lol.
Yeah, I got bored of that. I'll do a separate video on the Productivity Pack someday.
That'd be quite interesting. Show you how people actually use the machines.
Yeah.
See, I mean, back in the 90s, I mean, people were a lot less computer literate, so computer manufacturers did actually go the extra mile to cosset people, you know, to help them learn to use a computer. I mean, it would come with, you know, things like big fold-out sheets that, you know, would show you how all the different components of your computer connected together, like your monitor, mouse, keyboard.
Yeah, I still have the one for my Legend 1510 Supreme.
There was, we got to see today, courtesy of our friend, French friend and colleague, we actually got to see part of the fold-out booklet that deals with installing the modem in the Packard Bell. Well, not installing the modem, but connecting the computer via the modem to your telephone line so that you could actually dial into the internet.
Exactly.
Because that's, you know, obviously there was no real DSL or cable to, you know, household, cable internet to household, so, you know, you got in by dialing up.
Yeah. Alright, now let's play a game. This is you've seen this so many times on my channel that it really needs no introduction anymore, but reason I'm going to play it in this video is because the three of us here in this Skype call have become even more fond of this game recently. It's Fatty Bear's birthday surprise, once again.
Oh yeah, antidepressant on a CD-ROM.
You have got that right. It's the kind of game you play in the middle of the night when you're terrified of something.
Oh yeah.
As you can see, it plays just fine on here.
Oh yeah, well, I mean it plays fine on my Packard Bell, that's a 486.
Good night, Kayla.
Good night, Dad. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Boy,
And
Jay's
Mommy
keyboard
does it
is so loud I can hear it all the way in America.
Good night, Daddy Bear. You be good. I love you, Fatty Bear.
I love you too, Kayla! I don't know why he sounds like Barney, but...
Yeah, good night, Kayla.
There's a lot of work to do before Kayla wakes up. I want to make her a big, beautiful birthday cake. Oh, will she ever be surprised?
I better get busy, too. I've got a lot of decorating to do.
Okay, we are now back. We had a little technical difficulty there with the camera, but this is Fatty Bear's birthday surprise.
I'm making the letters for the happy birthday sign.
Good for you.
Kayla will just love this.
Good for you, and we got a running joke here that all throughout this game, Gretchen is constantly telling Fatty Bear that she's got a lot of decorating to do. She's really wanting to get the point across for that. And now let's check in with a clock that badly needs new blood pressure medicine.
Hurry, hurry, all of you. There's so very, very much to do. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Tick tock, how the time to fly. Worry, worry, worry. Please, hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Morning's almost here.
Alright, you go take a chill pill there, clock.
You've got him clocked, Belly.
And this is one of my favorite songs in the game. You know, I think one of the biggest things that really sets the atmosphere for this game is the music.
Unless you try to run this on Macintosh, in which case it doesn't.
I need to make a video about that.
Yeah, it sounds terrible on a Mac if you're wondering.
It's not good. It's like some kid just dropped his keyboard down the stairs.
Let's find another song here. Yeah, it's the same one as before. Oh, here's a good one.
This looks like the place to bake Kayla's birthday cake. Hi, Fatty Bear. I'm here to help with the cake. Thank you, Matilda Rabbit.
Alright, as much as I love Fatty Bear, we've got to go ahead and end the game because we got much more stuff to cover in this video, including, but not limited to, one of the games that came with the 1994-1995 Packard Bell software package. That is, if I can find it. And it's one I mentioned earlier when we started this video. It's in here somewhere. Okay, almost, yeah, just messed the tripod up there. Okay, there we go. Here it is. this is one of the things that makes the 1994-1995 software package on Packard Bell computers a little bit more unique. From Knowledge Adventure packaged all kinds of 3D style multimedia software titles for children in the 94-95 software package. One of them being 3D Human Body Adventure, which we will look at right now. And it runs in DOS, by the way.
This is something I actually looked at on my channel during my Human Body series last year. Please excuse me.
And here we are into the game itself. Alright, let's go into the main part of the game, the 3D body viewing screen.
Prepare for body imaging and exploration.
You can spin the body around here.
Click directly on the body to begin exploring. To move the body to a new position, click on the rotate body icon. Use the arrow keys or move the mouse to rotate the body. Click the mouse or hit any key to get a cursor.
Basically what this is a glorified body dictionary. It shows you a skeleton here showing all the major parts of the human body. And Jay, watch your language. And this is go ahead.
I seem to have developed compact LTE Tourette's. Although joking about Tourette's isn't actually funny, because I actually know someone with Tourette's that they actually do properly suffer from it. And for anyone who thinks it's all just about swearing, no, you cannot be further from the truth. Text can be it can really be hard. Anyway, moving on.
Alright, I just clicked on the stomach here, and you can, when you move the mouse around, it turns the this little 3D image of the stomach around with it.
The stomach is the hollow muscular organ where the
And it reads to you about the stomach.
swallowed food begins. Its walls are quite flexible, expanding to a volume of about 1.5 liters, 3 pints, after a meal. The stomach lining secretes strong acids and special enzymes that begin to break down the swallowed food. The muscular walls also churn the food,
Getting kind of queasy, folks.
into a creamy paste.
Ugh.
Of note, the stomach wall also contains glands which secrete mucus.
Ew.
This mucus coats the inner lining of the stomach and prevents the stomach from digesting itself. Occasionally, the mucus barrier is disrupted for some reason, leading to the formation of an ulcer. Most ulcers will heal uneventfully with just antacids taken for therapy. Medications that reduce the output of stomach acid can also be used to help heal ulcers and prevent new ones from forming.
Wow, that's kind of deep for a children's game, but...
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, you know, that game, I mean, I reviewed that game about over a year ago now, and it is, you know, if I'd have been 8 years old, and, you know, given access to this game, hell, here's the 3D body adventure, go and play it on the computer, it's a CD-ROM. But when I was a child, I really wanted to be a surgeon. You know,
Click directly on
I
the body
don't know
to
why.
begin
I mean, this is
exploring.
not
To move the body to a new position.
not a dream that I kind of have now. Believe it or not, I really don't want to be a surgeon. But back then I did, and I would have loved that game. And actually, I did actually have books on the human body that were designed for kids that would actually that would actually have information like that in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that the stomach was full of hydrochloric acid that was, designed to break down food, to release ATP. See? Well, not just ATP, but break down food to release, any nutrient given. But, it would kind of beg the question, wouldn't the stomach digest itself? No,
yeah.
it doesn't. So you have the stomach lining. I did actually have a friend who had a stomach ulcer. Yeah, really, it's as painful as it sounds. Apparently, something that can cause stomach ulcers is chewing gum. Because your stomach's kind of getting ready to digest food that you don't actually digest.
Yeah.
It's never swallowed. So apparently chewing gum can be bad for you.
And one interesting concept of this game is, which obviously we won't be able to show on video, is there's a feature where if you have a pair of 3D glasses, you can click this button right here and literally view this in 3D, hence the name of the game, 3D Body Adventure.
I must add that when we say 3D glasses, we mean the older style, with one with a red lens and a blue lens.
Exactly.
The new 3D glasses that you use to watch Sky 3D or 3D Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We actually mean the old red and blue 3D glasses that kids would get in the 90s with magazines. My brother actually used to collect dinosaur magazines. And you could actually, and there was actually the pages of, these images, that were printed out like what the 3D mode on Billy's screen would look like to you guys watching at home.
Yeah.
And, you put these glasses on, and these dinosaurs actually came up out of the magazine. It was quite something to behold, if you could really view 3D, which I can't actually on a home set. It's, I do actually struggle with 3D.
Well, this here is a little mini game included with 3D Body Adventure called Body Recall. This is yet another memory matching game that 1990s children computer games were notorious for including, and with this being one of many of them. So, alright, that's the brain. Now we got to match it with the word brain.
I don't see the word walnut in that CD-ROM anywhere. I did a psychology module at uni, and one of my lecturers was always saying, I want to see, I can't remember if it was a live brain he wanted to see cut down the middle, or a dead brain.
Ew.
But I mean, it always did kind of make me chuckle. It's like, oh yeah, he's a zombie. It's like, I want your brains, eh?
Oh, we just found the brain there. And here's the last one. I believe that's the liver. Liver let die.
Great job.
And that's enough of that. Now there is one other part of this game that called the emergency game, but that's a little too intuitive for tonight, and I really don't feel like fooling with that. We will in a later video though, so don't worry, we'll get to it someday. And when you exit this, go ahead.
You're going to take the best bit that a lot of children would have enjoyed about this game and just not show it to us.
We'll do it in a later video. I'm tired.
I understand. It can be quite an intense one, but trust me when I say this. This part of the game, it just kind of takes what already is an awesome disc and just makes it totally fantastic.
And when you exit any of these knowledge adventure games that come with this particular Packard Bell software package, it will dump you into this little graphical interface here with buttons giving you access to the other games that are included in the software bundle, including Undersea Adventure, Kid Zoo, Space Adventure, 3D Dinosaur Adventure, and Speed. But we're just going to click this button to go back into Windows.
Yeah, it's confusing when I install 3D body on a compact.
Yeah, it can be.
It's like, oh, that's only a Packard Bell computer. It's like, wait, so, but my Packard Bell machine's not switched on the compact.
Alright, I reckon we ought to reboot the computer and check out some good old-fashioned DOS gaming. And we're going to use one of those DOS settings that Jay set up on here for me. And we'll do DOS gaming with CD-ROM support just in case we wind up playing something that requires the CD-ROM.
Do you know, I must admit I use the CD-ROM one mostly, but, you know...
Yeah, it's most convenient. Alright, now we're at a good old-fashioned DOS prompt. Oh, what do we play? Well, it wouldn't be a Billy Core video without this.
Oh no, I know exactly what's going to happen here. Yeah, I was right.
And for whatever reason, we do not have waved audio, so this happens every now and then on this computer, but it will require a hard reboot. So once again, let me pause, and I will be back. Okay, let's try this again. What happened was we were getting music, but no sound effects. So hopefully we will get a little bit more out of it this time. Let's go back into the Sky Xmas directory, and let's hope we get sound. There we go, sounds great now. That's the thing with these 486 machines, they can be quirky. They have very bizarre personalities at times, but you know, that's just a small price to pay when it comes to collecting vintage computers. So let's do Snowbound Road 1. Good as usual. Do Snowbound Road 2. Alright, got that one done. Good as usual. Now it's time for the infamous Road 3.
Don't do it, Lily! Don't do it!
Well, here's my theory. This is a 486. Maybe, with it being a 486, it will play slightly slower, giving me a little bit of an advantage.
No.
Well, let's find out. We're past the point of no return. I heard the trick to this is not to go too fast. And there's a certain way you gotta jump. And I died. Oh gosh, why do I do this to myself, guys? Guess I'm a glutton for punishment.
Because you think you'll be able to do it next time. It's cruel, is what it is. It's like...
If it wasn't for the music, I wouldn't even play this game. So let's play something a little less sadistic. Some good old-fashioned Jill of the Jungle. This is one of those games that I believe I had a demo of on the original 822 CDT. It's one I vaguely remember from my childhood, but I didn't really start playing it until a couple of years ago, and I've been hooked ever since. It's a great classic platformer. Kill that alligator. Okay, I gotta get her hurt once just so you can hear the crazy sound she makes. And I died. Enemies just come out all at once and get you. It's one of those games. I still don't understand how she can be hurt by a frog, but video game logic, I guess. Alright, let's try something else. Oh, I know what we can play. This is a DOS game that I just discovered last night. This here is a newer DOS port of the classic arcade game Frogger. And I have to admit, it's pretty fun. They did a good job with this. So let's experience it for ourselves. I love the sound he makes.
Oh, you saved me. We made it.
And it's basically Frogger, just Frogger as it was meant to be. Yep. I think I sent you a copy of this, Jay, last night.
Yes, you should try it. I copied it to my Packard Bell.
And I got eaten by an alligator. Wonderful. I've always dreamed of that day. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Interesting music in this game. I'm not sure what year this came out, although I do have my suspicions because it had a website address at the start screen, so maybe it was made in the 2000s. That would be interesting.
Or maybe the late 90s. I think 98 was when I started to see things that actually had website addresses on them.
Yeah, even in DOS, I guess. Level complete.
It's loading up some of the later Humongous Entertainment titles, and it actually has humongousentertainment.com on it.
Yeah.
Comics. It's just like, no! Just kind of another sign that I'm getting old.
Yeah. Alright, one more game, then we'll call this a video. This is as classic as a classic gets for a DOS game. Good old PC speaker.
I got you playing out last night.
Paratrooper from 1982. And this is one of those older DOS games from the 80s that's not CPU dependent, so even on a newer Pentium machine, you can play this with no problem.
Yeah, my LG's a Pentium 120.
So basically all you have to do in this game is just shoot at stuff. It's that simple, folks.
It is a fantastic game.
You can see this was kind of intended to be played on a CGA video card with the colors.
Oh, yeah. Are you still having fun, though?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, this is it's as simple as games get, and I'm gonna die. Yeah, I just got bombed.
There's really nothing you can do when that happens.
Yeah, I know. As soon as that bomb drops, you are as good as dead. And there's no possible way to exit this game, so you got to physically reset the computer.
I believe that this game, as where others might have originally been designed as PC booters.
Probably. So we'll go back into Windows so we can close the video up. On a separate CF card this afternoon, I was able to get Windows 95 to run on here, which is, believe it or not, what this system originally shipped with. So we will look at that in a later video. Whoa, loud.
It wants you to know that it's wonderful.
It's like, there, Windows. I did it, guys. I did it. Bring it into Windows.
And we're gonna go back out of Windows just so we can make this more done here. So let me pause the video while I take the camera off the tripod, and we'll end things here. Oh, look at that. Apple wants me to update QuickTime and iTunes. How about we do this at a much, much, much later date, because I could really care less about that right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end the video here with some closing remarks. We'll start with Luke. What do you have to say, Luke?
Well, I'm glad you got a 486. It doesn't feel awkward, finally.
Yeah, I've always had terrible luck with 486s for some reason, but I finally have a good one now.
Well, that's good. I like my 486s, so that's a good sign.
Yep. And Jay?
Well, I'm with Luke here. I'm really, really glad that you finally managed to get a 486 that you like. I've got to say, Packard Bell seem to know how to make good ones. Because
They do.
I mean, I sold my 406 CD so that I could get that Packard Bell 486. And, I mean, it's a shame that I had to let the 406 CD go after all I went through to get it.
Yeah, it was a nice machine for my favorite era of Packard Bells, but...
But I've really built up much of a rapport with my Packard Bell 486. Much more of one than I did with the 406, which is a bit of a shame, but...
I know.
I do like the 486 machines, and I was saying I actually did say this to you when the camera wasn't rolling earlier, but, you know, I really do hope that you get as much fun out of this 486 as Luke and I get out of ours.
Yeah, this one seems like a really, really enjoyable one. It has a lot going for it. It's a mini tower, which is my favorite design of Packard Bell, because they're easy to work on and easy to put places. Now, I will say this, though, as much as I like this, it's still not going to be nearly as awesome as this baby over here, because, heck, this is my childhood one.
Well, of course not. I wouldn't expect it to be, for you, but, I mean, at least, I hope you will have a lot of good fun with it, I mean, I'll be honest, it's like sometimes I'm playing up my Packard Bell 486 and I'll just kind of reach over, switch the compact on instead, thinking, yeah, I'll have a lot more fun with the game, but...
Yeah, same here with my 822, because I do have to say one thing about this 486. It's great to finally have an older Packard Bell like this, because, I collect this stuff, so I've been after something like this for quite a while, and as I mentioned in a previous video, the Legend 20 CD you saw me get about a month ago, sadly, suffered well, it's dead, pretty much. So, I pretty much, if I wanted a 486 Packard Bell with this type of software on it, I pretty much had to get this anyway, so yeah.
One thing that I will say, it's actually made me want a Packard Bell machine with at least two 5 1/4 inch drive bays. Packard Bell 486, two 5 1/4 inch drive bays. Because I really want to put a 5 1/4 inch floppy drive into one. The thing is, though, I would still go for a piece of technology model.
Me too, but it just, they seem a little bit more Packard Bell-ish.
But to be honest, unfortunately, the earlier ones were plagued with problems. Packard Bell, for example, using parts using second-hand parts without actually letting the consumers know. You know, just it got them into a lot of trouble, and to be honest, I think it was kind of that year that, you know, kind of killed consumer confidence in Packard Bell in the States.
Yeah, sad to admit, yeah.
Eventually, you know, it led to Packard Bell's eventual decline and withdrawal from the United States market.
It's a shame, and even I have to admit that the pre-fought Packard Bells, as we call them, that were made up until the beginning of 1994, I know I may make a few people upset, but even I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really don't care much for them. They don't feel like real Packard Bells.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was upset at Brandon Bishop's video, you know, where he basically figuratively tore a Packard Bell limb from limb, but I can completely understand why he did it. You know, it was one of those machines.
Yeah.
And I loved what he actually had to say about that. You know, I mean, that machine had all sorts of papers and documents pertaining to a particularly nasty divorce. And Brandon Bishop's closing remarks were, no wonder she divorced him. He bought a Packard Bell. I love that video. I know. But I mean, the face of technology era was Packard Bell really kind of knew that they had to get themselves together, and
they really did.
I mean, it's like, look at mine. It's a fantastic article. It's a fantastic example of the breed.
And look at all I got over here. I got the 822, 1750, and the 402 down there, and I got a couple other Packard Bells like these in storage.
Oh yeah, they did all sorts. And what Packard Bell were good for is making home computers for the consumer. I mean,
Exactly.
If I was in business, if I was looking in the 90s for a business machine, I probably wouldn't go for a Packard Bell. I'd have a desk probe.
Oh yeah.
Come on, you know I would.
Yeah, you're the compact guy.
Yeah, of course I'd have a desk probe. It's a bit of a stupid thing to think that I would have anything else. But,
Yeah.
you know, if you're looking to buy a computer for the home, Packard Bell, it did some fantastic machines.
I know.
You know, and it's just a shame now that their plastic, fantastic, bottom bargain bucket basement sector of Acer's lineup.
I know, which we don't even get those over here in the States, but I guess those are technically
Trust me,
gateways.
you don't want them.
Yeah.
Because your gateways are what you guys get as gateways, we get as Packard Bells, and I know this because I actually had to fix a gateway, you know, for a guy, and the machine was just, you know, a couple of years old, and it had totally let go.
Yeah.
Really, it had just totally let go, and it was, oh, goodness. Oh. It brings back awful memories.
Yeah, I bet.
To try to fix that. So, yeah, you really don't want Packard Bell anymore.
Yeah, I'd say 1994 to 1997 are the years that are to go for when it comes with Packard Bell computers.
I will say this: the early XP years, like, you know, 2001 to 2003. I wish you guys had had those.
Yeah, we sadly missed out on those, but oh well.
I love those. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's you know, you get what you get. You know, Packard Bell. You know, they were good for what, you know, they were good for back in the day, 94 to 97, like you said, you know. Fantastic machines. I've had a lot of fun with mine.
Oh, same here. I've had a lot of fun with mine for almost, well, 20 years.
Well, to be fair, you've had a lot more fun with yours because, you know, you grew up with them.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I grew up using Packard Bell, and I still do.
Using compact.
So I guess I'll go ahead and end this video here by gently shutting the PB1750 CDT down. So for now, this is Billy Core signing off.